morning, everyone. This is Marita from Spiritual Serenity. Welcome to my channel and happy Equinox. So, a couple of days ago, I've been guided to take a different direction in my readings and make it more general because, I've been giving twin flame advice. And I will still do twin flame readings for like the major energy points and days, but I've been guided to do readings for the collective also, like the humans, the light workers, like the general messages, because I'm not only here to cater to the twin flames. They told me I'm here to deliver messages to all. We are here to awaken the humans. So I've been guided to do a general reading for today, and whenever I'm guided or I have a channel message, I will post on this channel. I will post whatever that comes through. So from now on, the direction of this channel would not only include twin flames if it comes through, but for general light worker messages and for like an energy readings on behalf of the human collective as a whole, like how the energies are shifting and where kind of they're at, so that we all know like what's the general trend. So saying that, I will begin the reading. The first card that came up, that jumped out, is the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is it's indicating that the humans as a collective, we all have come to a point that we're voicing out our preferences, our opinion. We're not quiet about things anymore. And the most apparent place to see this is Facebook, where people no longer limit their posts to something, something funny or like complaining about life, but instead they're taking a stand and voicing their opinion on the things that matter. So it's like the human collective as a whole, they're awakening and they're taking their sovereignty back. The first step is speaking up. The first thing that you do when you become a sovereign being, or on the journey of becoming a sovereign being, is speaking up, speaking your truth, and clearly expressing how you feel despite of the backlash you might receive. But then the beautiful thing about this is that there's this overwhelming emotion right now that I feel, because there's this beautiful thing that's happening. Everyone is coming together. They're saying, wait, since you said that, I also feel the same way. It's not like, oh my gosh, that person's being such a tree hugger or a geek. Not anymore. Now it's like, yeah, what is happening here? Why is this happening? I don't like it too. Let's protect our environment. Let's protect it for the future generations. So like, it's just such a beautiful energy of people coming together right now through like anything, like a big disaster, a natural thing or man-made thing, anything that happens, cruelty to animals or some big incident that happens, all the humans are coming together and saying, no, that's not right. We have to protect the animals. We have to protect the plants. We have to protect all these things. They're really like coming together right now and voicing their opinion, like protect the children, protect the innocent. Like, there are so many things that are coming up that needed to be addressed. And it's so beautiful because it's like this hand of God is literally giving them the power to speak up. They're like it's like they're understanding their sovereignty. They're being sovereign beings, and they're understanding that, like, if we keep destroying what we have, we're gonna have nothing left. So they're understanding this importance of being strong and not underestimating themselves. Because before, like, the whole mind control thing and the slavery upon these human beings, the part of the agenda was to make them think that they're not strong enough. But through this journey of being human and going through these experiences, my higher self was telling me today, like, look at how the humans can overcome these things. Like, look at how you did this and how information is not generally available to the humans on these simple methods of doing things or being, or literally there are some simple things to become sovereign. Sometimes it's just the matter of a breathing technique, or just like a yoga pose, or it's just like there are simple methods that were commonly available to humans before, but now it's not. But now it's becoming, lately it's becoming available again through the light workers. And it's that availability of information that helps them to think and start thinking and learning that, oh my gosh, we can really do this. We are so capable. Like, it's in our minds that we are we're thinking that we're victims. So they're realizing that a lot of people are waking up, like the people who thought I was crazy are realizing that I'm not crazy. Because before I'm like, don't eat all these processed food, it's not good. They're like, ugh, but now they're like, oh my gosh, you're right, like they're seeing the results. Like, one of the things is the infertility rate of women. It is mind-blowing how many women are trying to have babies right now and they cannot, and how many women are having like reproductive problems. It's all in the food, and like people are realizing all these things now, so they're awakening. And this there's a wealth of information that are coming. They're made available to everyone. And then like the second card indicates like they're coming out of that, like the same thing, like feeling like the victims, or just like, oh my gosh, oh, what if I'm like judged, or like someone like goes off on me, I don't know what to say. Now there is so much information available to the collective that they can make a sound argument. It's not like the knowing feeling anymore. It's like the knowing backed with information, backed up with facts. So there's that harmony going on, that the part of awakening for the collective is, for everyone, is that harmonizing of the mind, body, and soul. So that aspect is coming up right now. As we, like today, we celebrate the beginning of the new year, the true new year. And the year starts now. So it's like the changes that we've been making towards this beginning, consciously or subconsciously, is starting to take effect now. A lot of people have been contemplating on leaving their jobs or moving to a different location or things like that, or leaving relationships. It's like all these things are like, we're being wrapped up right now. We're being wrapped up, or are being wrapped up right now, and like the harmony, everyone's coming to the harmony. It's like, why am I, like, everyone's wondering, like, why am I unhappy? Let's look for the reasons. And there are so many teachers out there teaching. Well, some of them are like, you got to be discerning. You have to understand that some teachers are just there to teach you about something and move on, and then you go to your next destination. So like, it's like stops along the way of your journey. So, take everything with a grain of salt and see if it resonates in your heart. If it resonates, if it rings true, then you go along with it. Don't idolize anyone. That's the thing. Don't idolize anyone. They're here to serve, and you're here to learn. They're like, both parties have to be humble in approaching each other. It's like no one is better than the other. Everyone learns from each other. That's the most important part, being humble. because being humility enables you to gain more knowledge than you thought was possible. Ego limits the gain of knowledge. So it's that understanding that every incident and everything gains us something, like some sort of knowledge. So even feeling alone, the loneliness, that also allows you to really understand yourself. Because when we're not with others, we have time to think. Do I really like this? Who am I? Like, what am I supposed to be? Like what kind of a person am I? What are the things that I like? Those are the things, like the self inquiry comes about when you're kind of isolated and when you have time to think. So that time of being alone is really to harmonize your energies, so that you can come to this understanding of fully who you are. And the collective, the human collective on the third card, they're moving away from their responsibilities and burdens that were just distractions. They were just distractions. Even the runes, like both the runes that came out, the Anglo-Saxon and the Elder Futhark, both those represent responsibilities, things that keep you down, this things not being at a balance, toxic people or situations that you're tied up with. It's like the media influences you. The movies say, oh, life is unfair, oh, we gotta just accept. They're like, for example, like the nerds never get the pretty girl, blah blah blah. And like, it's like they teach you low self-worth. They put all these ideas into your head, and those ideas become seeds that sow plants. So those programming, people are understanding those trends right now, and they're moving away from all these things. It's like the situations in your life sometimes are just created in your head, and like all these disputes are just sometimes assumptions. They're not even really real. Sometimes people don't want to confront each other and talk it out and see what's going on, and they just go behind and talk with other people, increasing the problem. You see, like, all these things could be resolved in a more gentle manner. Everything in your life, there's a different way. There are different ways of approaching the solutions, but the thing is that human collective is mass brainwashed in a mass way, like mass brainwash. That's what you call it. Like, it's like for example, overeating of sugar, and like incorporating animal products into those confectionaries, like those cakes and sweets and things, to a level where it's like, it's crazy how it's like gelatin is made out of boiling animal cartilage, like bones and cartilage. Who knew that? I didn't know that. Well, now the substitute agar-agar is available, so you can substitute that. But like sugar, too much of sugar is not good for us. It blocks our energy channels. It causes us to malfunction, or like the energy to get blocked over time. The eggs, the milk, the heavy cream, the whipped cream, all those things, it's like literally all these things are just planted into the everyday reality where you're like addicted to sugar, and you have to have all these animal products with it. But if you look at the older traditional sweets from like different traditional cultures, they use, like, most of the things they use are like natural stuff that are not animal based. Like, there's, for example, I'm from Sri Lanka, so there's this coconut toffee. You use coconut scrapings, you put a little bit of vanilla, sugar, some of the things they use that there's this, it's something like maple syrup but made out of coconut. They use that and flour, but hardly we come across anything that actually uses animal products. And of course we have a lot of sugar cane in Sri Lanka, so we use sugar, but not to an extent how they eat sugar in like the first world countries, because we're a third world country. So it's you see, like it's that agenda, the part of that agenda where it's like you're put in situations and that traps you, and then this consumption of meat. For example, these are all just examples, but they all contribute to the ongoing issues. The chickens are injected with hormones. Those hormones create this imbalances of hormones within us, and that's like one of the leading causes of infertility and female reproductive issues, because those injected hormones create these bad hormones instead of promoting the good hormones. So it's like excessive hair, menstruation problems, irregular periods, like there's so many fibroids, like the cysts in your ovaries. It's a lot of stuff. So it's like now the human collective is waking up. They're seeing all these causes and effects of things. You know, how like trees are just cut down year after year. People are becoming more and more conscious because like better options are available. Sustainable living is available. Sustainable products are available. Vegan products are available. You know, people are starting to grow gardens at home. So it's like that that whole change in the collective that is moving away from the current problems that are affecting everyone as a whole. The whole of Earth is literally just like moving slowly but surely, moving away from these things, and people are becoming more and more aware of what is going on. You know, there's it's like the waves are cutting through the denials and making everything so apparent that people cannot deny it any longer. It's like right there in their face. So that like no matter, like there are pessimistic people, and they will say, oh no, that's not true, blah blah blah, but it's gonna be like the waves that are coming in puts the truth out there, because we're shifting to a higher consciousness. So that higher consciousness particles are coming in, and they penetrate through the whole collective, that they go through these incidences sometimes to help them realize and see the truth. And it's like you can't deny these things any longer, you know. And then I have like a bunch of goose here today, like a lot of them, and the message they gave from their collective is that the great time of change is here. The great change is here, and they're like really very apparent about it. It's like time to prepare for the change. I mean, it's like we've been preparing, so it's just like they just said like the great change is here. So yeah. For those who don't know what animal totem messages are, different animals bring different messages to teach the humans. Like we all teach each other, and each animal represents a type of medicine that when they show up in your life, you just look up for the meaning, and they help you work through things that you're struggling with. So it's like a shaman type of medicine that you can go deep into it, or you can use it on a day-to-day basis. Like if you see a certain animal they represent a certain message to you. But sometimes you can get, like, what I do is I get a channeled message from them, like a transmission. So when they come, I accept the message, and it comes down as a download of what they want to share based on what they teach. It's like different healing crystals have different jobs, different animals also have different jobs, different plants also have different jobs. So it's kind of like that. That's how interconnected everything is. Everything is so interconnected, like the colors, it's like the doctrine of signature in the plants. Like, everything is so interconnected. What's within, so without. So it's like, so that's what it is. Animal totems, animal messages. So I work with that. I work with the animals to deliver messages from them, and when they show up, I figure out, like, what they're trying to deliver, what message they're trying to deliver, and then I transfer, like, you know, I use that for myself or for other people. So yeah, that's the reading for today. And once again, happy equinox. And it's really a time of rapid changes. So rapid, everything is coming out to the light, the truth is coming out. You, like, the people who are bringing negative influences to the human collective, to earth, they're being brought to light. And, like, it's just like they're not going to be able to continue any longer. The human collective, humans as a collective, are regaining their power. So now it's like that, a time of rapid changes. So just follow along with your gut feeling or your guidance, and really go within instead of looking and searching from, like, other people for guidance. You can you can get advice and learn, like, lessons from them, but don't make it a habit to constantly go and ask people, like, being dependent. Like, really just come to a place where you can depend on yourself and find and discern the truth for yourself. Like, it's like honing your intuition is very important at this time. So that's the message for today, and I will see you again on a different day for a different message. Take care.